Hey, everybody, it is your girl T Marie, and we are now again under the cover with Love and Lifestyle magazine. I am excited and happy and overjoyed to be able to present somebody I have learned to love and care for. This lady is just like phenomenal to me. Because not only when I met her has she been amazing ever since, but baby, I remember watching her on TV back in my little small town in Kentucky with her, when she was with XCAPE talking about kick off my shoes. I mean, it's just amazing to me to be able to sit here. Can I present to you all the iconic Tamika Scott? Hey, Tamika.
Hey, girl. Hey.
How are you?
I am doing so good. I am blessed. Girl, I cannot complain.
It is so good to see you. So good to see the radiance in you. You look amazing.
Thank
You
you.
look amazing. And I just want
And
to
so
first
do
of all say,
you.
oh girl, thank you, child. It's a day, I'll say, but I made it. I want to say thank you, first of all, for being on the cover of Love and Lifestyle magazine, the love and the women's issues. It's a double cover, which we've never done on anyone before. And I'm so excited to be able to present this. You're going to love it. You guys look amazing. So I'm excited to do that.
Thank you. Thank you for even thinking about using me. It's surreal. Growing up, you always see people on magazines. You like, I wonder how I would look if I was on the cover. And finally, I am on the cover, and I have something to say.
And baby, when I say killed it, you are going to be like,
Thank
girl, what?
you. I can't wait. I cannot wait. And it was so easy. You made everything so comfortable. It was fun to the point. At first, I was a little nervous, but then towards the end, he was like, "Okay, that's enough. That's enough. You're doing too much."
We've got enough pictures. We've done enough. You had got to the mode where, honey, wait a minute, to the left, to the right. Let me draw. Girl, the pictures, it was so hard to choose. Yeah, so hard to choose the pictures.
Oh wow!
And I just want to say thank you to your husband because I know Big Winston he's never done this. And I think that's a surprise for everybody. He's never done this, but he took time out to do it with you. And I appreciate him.
Thank you for having me. He was a little nervous too. He was like, "Listen, I'm not no Morris Chestnut. No Morris Chestnut now. I don't know how to do it." I was like, "Baby, just be yourself.
Just be
Just,
yourself.
just
And
be
it's,
yourself." And I was so
yes.
happy that he did decide to do it. I know in between the shots, you probably like, "Okay, can y'all stop kissing? Okay, all right, can you stop hugging? Okay, can we
Listen.
get this shot?"
But that's such a beautiful thing. I think people take for granted that, or not even for granted, people do not think that that type of love exists anymore. And it's
It does.
crazy that what we're seeing in today's society via social media, that nobody believes that that exists. And if they see it, they think it's fake.
Yeah, social media has a way of like people like to hear negative things, see negative things. Social media like to post about negative stuff.
Yeah.
But when you do have that love, like I married my soulmate, and I just thank God for him. Just our chemistry, who we are as one. When I say we are one, baby, we are one. Okay,
And
and
it
it's just
looks like it, like it's so natural, it's so authentic. And when you guys look at each other, it doesn't even look like it's a lot of effort. You know what I'm saying?
thank you,
So your
thank
marriage
you.
is a beautiful example of love and relationships, right? What has it taken to stay like that, to maintain that feel, that excitement, that's I love you every day when I wake up?
Well, first of all, I married my best friend. Like we were friends first. Before we were lovers, we were friends. And it's so crazy, girl, because him being my friend, he know all my secrets. And I'm like, if I known, and had I known me and him was gonna get together, I would have never told him half the stuff that he knew. And vice versa. So I married my best friend. When I say the word best friend, I mean it wholeheartedly. It's crazy because we finish each other's sentences. We always try to outdo each other. It's funny, like even in the bathroom. Like if I go to the restroom and I have to use the bathroom, I'll leave the toilet seat up. You know what I mean? Because I know
Oh,
maybe
now
he
wait
got
a
to come in
minute.
and use it, and he always try to pull the toilet seat down. Like when we get in the car, he opens the door, and I try to reach over before he get to the other side and open the door for him. Girl, one time it almost went wrong because when I was opening a door, a car came through. I almost knocked the door off. I was like, well,
you're about to
I was doing a good deed, Lord.
trying to be giving and about to get your car door knocked off.
Yes, girl. But it's like we always try to outdo each other, the love. And it's amazing. It's surreal. And we were talking the other day, and he was like, baby, he said, you know, we tell each other we love each other every day. I said, we do? He said, yeah, all day, every day we do. I was like, wow, I never really, when you're doing something and it's natural, you don't think about it.
Right.
And it's just being in love with my best friend has made this one of the most amazing marriages ever. It is.
It shows all over your face. It shows all over his face. And you know, another place it shows up in your family pictures, in your family dynamics. Wow. Like I can see that love radiates from you guys out to your children, and they exude that example of love, and you can definitely tell that there's love in your household.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you.
So, what have you having this relationship, having your husband? What have you had to do in order to, what have you had to do in order to make sure that nobody loses the other? Meaning, like, what have you have to do to make sure that he keeps being himself and you get to continue to be your authentic self?
Well, I mean, we just real people. Mm-hmm. He's real. He's who he is, and I'm who I am. And it's crazy because we come from two different worlds. He's from New York. You know, New Yorkers can be hot-headed.
That is so different.
They like blow the horns when things ain't going. Yes. And then I'm from Georgia, Southerners. We're like easy going. You know what I mean? Very. Like everything is not really that serious to us. You know what I mean? So it was like trying to combine both worlds and understand who we are as individuals, being able to respect and understand boundaries. Because certain things that may bother me may not bother him, and vice versa. So it's about learning. We had to actually learn each other. And even being friends in that process of learning, we learn even more when we fell in love.
And that again, that comes from that friendship, knowing each other. Because let me tell you, being able to be that vulnerable and still choose each other, that's big. Mm-hmm. That's big.
Yes, because it's amazing how he allows me to be an artist. And I know I hear a lot of people like, I would never date an artist because you get on stage, you dance with dancers, they touch on you, even in movies, you get intimate, you have intimate scenes. So he is a very strong individual. He's not jealous. He's supportive. Anything that I want to do respectfully, he's there. You know what I mean? When I'm looking over my shoulder, he's right there. So the strength is always there. So for him allowing me to be who I am as a person and not have to dummy myself down, because I'm a very dominant individual, but I know when to become submissive. I know when to allow my man to be the man. In business, I am more like very straightforward. I'm very straightforward. I'm a whole different person in business, but when I'm home, I am that little kitty cat in his arms. So he allows me to be strong in these areas, and he allows me to be weak when I need to be and vulnerable, and he's always there to protect me.
And that's such a good thing, because then in dating right now and relationships and marriages, when you have a woman whose career is strong and is dominant, or they work corporate, or they're the boss of the things, being able to come home and let somebody else be the boss when you're the boss of everything, that could be challenging. And I hear a lot of women saying they have a hard time doing that. What advice would you give them to be able to turn on, turn off?
Well, baby, first of all, when you marry a real man, it's going to be easy to turn off that other side. When you marry someone that's strong, independent as well, you have to know your role in the relationship. The Bible always says we're the weaker vessels, but the weaker don't mean that we're weak in the sense of weak. It means the humble. It's knowing when to be humble, know when to step back, know when to allow your husband to lead. Let him be upfront. Even if you feel like you know more, or if you know more about a situation, communicate. Don't make him feel like, oh, I knew this. No, sweetheart. Let's try it this way. How could we, let's do it this way. And you sit down and you listen and you compromise. So I would say allow a man to lead. Allow him to be the man that he is. Allow him to love you. Allow him to be affectionate with you. And allow him to see you. Like if you look at a person and you say, "Do you see me?" See what their response is.
Ooh, I like that. I
If
like
you
that a
see, if
lot.
you were the guy, you say, "Do you see me?" He said, "Oh yeah, I see your hair. Yeah, I see your makeup." No. Do you see me?
I
And when you
love
find
that.
that spouse that sees you, that sees through the makeup, the hair, that sees your spirit, your soul, your heart, then you found the right one.
Ooh, I love that. That's such a good thing. I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna say you said it, but I'm gonna use that on one of my panels and when I'm having my conversations because I really think that that's great when they can see you authentically, you beyond the makeup. Then that's your partner. That's your
Right.
person.
Deep, goes deep. When you see me, do you see my thoughts? Do you see my
Yeah.
wants? Do you see my needs? Do you see me?
You've been on the road a lot lately. You've been on the road, you've been going here, you've been going. I remember even this last week or a week or two ago, we were supposed to do the interview. You had to be in Miami. How do you juggle that? How do you juggle your career and being a wife and being a mom and do them all successfully?
Well, I have a very strong support system. My daughter, I have older daughters. Shout out to my baby girl, Ocean. Her birthday next week, March 24th. She'll be 31. I
Wow.
have Ocean, my middle child. They call them middle child problems, young Naya.
Mhm.
They come, they help. My mother-in-law, she comes, she help. I have a strong foundation. That when anytime I need help, anybody needs to come and just pitch in, they're there. They're there. My husband, he's there. Whatever I need, they're like, "What do you need? How can we make you comfortable? We know you got to go out of town. We got to make sure Princess is good." So having that strong foundation of family and friends, it helps out a lot.
Yeah. Your foundation is very important.
Uh-huh.
And knowing how to juggle, give here, take here, like knowing when to say no to something, knowing
Yes.
because
And
your
it's
family is
hard.
first.
It's
Yeah.
hard for me to say no to
Yes.
family and friends. I be trying to show up for everybody.
Oh,
And then, sometimes I don't. And then I have friends that told me recently that I wasn't being much of a friend. And I'm like, because I missed my goddaughter's graduation because we had a show. And I missed the birthday party because we had a show and I had to break it down. I'm like, baby, I want to be there, but I have to work.
yes.
I miss my own kids' birthdays. I work on my birthdays. But when I do have free time, I try to use that time to give to friends, to family, to my husband. Like I try to, give everybody my time, but sometimes I fall short when it comes to my friends because they be wanting so much more than what I could give than when we were younger. We were younger, yes,
Yeah.
I could. But now I'm a wife, I'm a mom, I'm a grandma, I'm a businesswoman. I have multiple businesses.
Yes.
So it's like I try to give as much time as I can, and it hurts me when like certain friends feel like I'm not giving them the attention that they usually get back in the day. So I struggle with it sometimes.
Well,
Like
I
I have
told
a
you.
full day today.
Yeah,
Full
you
day.
do. When we talked, I'm like, girl, okay, let's get this done so you can get
Oh
on
no, no,
and
no, no,
get
no, no. This
going.
this is needed. 2 funerals, a wedding, a birthday party, and I'm trying to show
Yeah.
up and support everybody. I'm
Yeah.
trying to, you know,
And it's important to have friends in your life that understand your schedule and understand what you're doing because what we have to understand is all of our friends have different things that they're doing. And your
Mhm.
life is important, your family is important, your career is important, and you have to give attention to those things too. And as a friend, I have to understand, they have to understand, we all have to understand that it's a balancing act. And you also need time for yourself. You need self.
Yeah. Yes. So we working on that. Friends, my friends, we need to work.
Yes.
I love y'all. I love y'all, but I just can't be there 24 hours. I
Can't.
just
You
can't.
can't, and your friend will, if they're your friend, they'll really understand. They really
Mhm.
will. I promise you they will. When we first talked, we got to talk about Tamika Scott, the artist, honey. When we first started talking, we talked about you being in the legendary group XCAPE. And when I tell you, it's so funny to me that I'm sitting here talking to you, friends with you, and I remember sitting back home in my small town in Hickman, Kentucky, watching, dancing, doing all the things to your music, loving the fact that when we was at the skating rink, we were going to be skating to your music. So it just amazes me, and I don't take for granted that I'm here to be able to talk to you about what your career has become, how it started, and what it's evolved to. So let's talk about, first of all, how being in the group, how that really shaped your career.
Ooh, being in the
Because
group shaped a lot of
you, when I
stuff.
say iconic, I mean iconic. Like, you guys know that though.
Yeah, being in Escape shaped a lot of things. You know, we started out young, and we just wanted to sing. We all knew that we were gifted. We knew we were talented, and we wanted the world to hear it. But it was so crazy how much work we put into it. Like, nothing was given to us. We rehearsed, we practiced. We didn't even have a deal. We would go over to our choreographer Kenyatta's house, and his mom would move the couch out the way, and we would just rehearse different dance routines. He was like, "Well, if y'all gonna be an artist, you need to know how to dance and sing." That was really huge. We was like, "We gotta do both." No, we just want to sing. But if you want to be an entertainer, it's a difference
Right.
between entertaining and just singing. So he taught us that at an early age, and we would go and we would sing in Vogue songs, and we would do dance routines, and then we'll do just straight out dancing. So like artist development helped us to know what sacrifices are, because we were in high school when we did this. So after we finished our homework, we would go and we would rehearse vocals rehearsals, dancing rehearsals. And by the time when we did get signed, we were so polished that artist development had already taken place. So even in that has helped me discipline in other things outside of Escape. I know how hard you have to work. You know, sometimes you do have to give up the birthday party. Sometimes you do have to, you know, just say, okay, I really want to do this, but I need to focus on this. I need to hone in on this. I need to perfect this. I need to study on this so that I can be the best that I could be in this area of my life. So just being in a group at an early age and the sacrifices taught me, hey, go get it. And if it don't work, don't stop there. Because failure, we look at it like it's failure. Failure is not final, baby. Failure is just a way of saying you're going to win. Just try a different way. If it didn't work this way, let's try a whole nother way.
Yeah.
And it also taught me that when I get a no, I'm going to get a yes. I'm not going to stop there, because your no, you one person. And it's billions of people out here that I can get a yes from. So I'm going to keep on. I'm going to keep building. I'm going to keep doing something different than I did the last times until I get that yes. So being in the group has taught me discipline, has taught me longevity, has taught me understanding, has taught me how to keep moving. It has taught me to be quiet. Sometimes you got to be quiet. Sometimes you can't tell everybody what you're doing. You know, I get excited and I love to testify. I'm going to tell y'all what God has did for me. He's so good. Let me tell you this. But it's a season where you have to be quiet, because there's so many people that are pray against you, and so many people that will go behind your back and say, don't work with this person. So when you're quiet in a season, then you're able to grow and nurture what that is. And then once that seed and that flower grow, then they'll see it coming out the ground. And then they'll see you blossom. So it's so much that I've learned by being in Escape and starting at an early age that's helped me even to this day.
Riding that roller coaster, I know was rough. Being all the way up just to be an icon, because again, you guys shaped so many people's lives. You know, your music was music that we had to hear, we had to listen to, and it's changed so many people's, you know, perception of what music and girl groups and empowerment looks like. You know, that's a lot. Then to have to the group not being a group anymore, and then coming back and being a solo artist. What was that roller coaster like for you to get back and be like, look, we may not be a group, but I still have a voice, and I still need to be able to sing and do the things that I want to do with the talent that God has given me?
Yes, when we disbanded, you know, I love acting. I always wanted to act. So that was my opportunity to go out here and get my feet wet in the acting game. So God blessed me to work with Tyler Perry. I've done I worked with Donald Gray production. I've been able to go out here and do my second love. So, you know, at first it was a little scary because, you know, when you're young and you're dependent on a certain check, you're like, okay, this is my livelihood. And then when the group broke up, it's like, what are you going to do? So my fear turned into my passion. So I was able to go into acting. I was able to go into writing, penning songs for movies and soundtracks and penning songs for plays. So I was able to write a lot and just be who I am. I was able to really just focus on my kids because I missed a lot. You know, I really missed a lot. But then I was mommy. I was home. I was mommy. So I was able to pour that extra love that I was giving my fans to my family.
Yeah, I love that. And then when it was time to come back as Tamika Scott, the solo artist, what was that like? What was the moment you was like, I still gotta sing. I have to sing.
Listen, I was scared. I I did not want to do a solo project. I did. My husband was like, "Baby, you got to share your gift with the world." And Wiley Morris, he's a very good family friend of ours that produces and do vocal coaching for me. He was like, "You got to do this, sis." They was like, "Listen, just do an EP. Just do 5 songs and see how that works." And I was like, because I always felt like, okay, I'm in a great, phenomenal group. Never felt like I was the best singer out the group. I just felt like, you know, I added, I know, like, you know, I put a little pepper here, a little salt here, a little seasoning here. I knew when to come in. I knew when to step back. But to be in the forefront was a little scary. But as I started recording and I was able to write and show people who I was able to write about my family. I named my EP Family Affair. So I was allowed, one of my songs is Reflection. I have my daughters on there. Ocean singing on the part. I have Princess Armani. She was young. I have her laughing in the background on the end, and she's a part of that. Hey, hey, the party fun, the fun part, and then Princess Armani, not Princess Armani. That's when young Naya. She's rapping. So many kids grab me getting these names mixed up. I be calling them all the
Girl,
wrong
right.
name.
My mama done called me so, and I'm the only girl, and I done been Anthony, Andre, Joe. I done. So listen, I get it.
So my family was able to be a part of it. I have a song called Almost Over that my husband, he starts it off speaking inspirational to the men. And I think it's so dope that men see a real man. My husband's a real New York man that loves the Lord. And to be able to see that and say, hey, that's cool, you know? So he's on it too. So Family Affair was one of my first projects. And then I was able to redo Malira's Go Outside in the Rain, which one it was huge. You know, my group used to sing that song in talent shows. So I wanted to pay homage to Malira, and she gave me her blessing on Go Outside in the Rain. So I'm excited about my project that I did. It did really well.
Yes, it did.
And, you know, from there, the group got back together again. We broke up, got back together, broke up, got back together. But we're here. We're still together. We're still thriving. We're still performing. And the best thing about that is that we support one another. We support each other's ventures. Like even when I did my EP release, the whole group came. They were in the audience, you know, cheering, rooting
So
for
big.
me. So, and it felt really, really good to have that support from my family, my singing family.
And it's a big deal. The support of your friends and your family and your group, especially when you are doing separate things, you can still do separate things and still be there for each other. You don't have to separate in the heart and the spirit just because you separate and do something different. That shouldn't have anything to do. One shouldn't have anything to do with the other.
Yeah, and I don't. That's one thing I don't like what fans do. Fans, they like to compare. You shouldn't do this. We want you we want the group together. Like, well, we got outside gifts. We got talents outside of the group. We're gonna continue to give you the group, but we want your support too with our outside endeavors. Like I look at it like New Edition. You know, New Edition, they do their thing. Then you have Johnny Gill, he go do his thing. You have Ralph Transvant, he do his thing. Then you have BBD, they go do their thing. And then they come back together and they do their thing. That's what you call legends. And it feels good to have fans to support everything that you're doing, not just when you're just in the group, but when you're doing other individual projects as well.
You're definitely in that legendary category. So first of all, that. But as fans, they have a tendency to feel entitled to you. you know, fans, followers, they feel like you owe them an explanation. You owe them, and you know, to be able to be inside of your life, you owe them, and they have a tendency to not understand that you, no matter how popular and how seen you are, you still have a private life as well. You still have a
Well, honey,
private
I
life as
live my
well.
life. My life is an open book. I don't think it's private no more. Once you put it out there, they invest it.
Listen, listen. So, because we know what had come from the reality show, you know, the things with your sister. I know that that's a hard struggle, and I'm thinking that everything, you know, we saw it play out loud, and everybody's taking sides, not knowing what's going on, and that's
Right.
horrible, right? And just when you think you got your peace again, we have your sister come out with residuals, right? And we're like, okay, what's going on here? Are we about to see, you know, everything reconnect and come back together the way we would like to see it? Or what was actually going on? What did you think when you actually saw or heard about or saw the video? What were you doing, matter of fact, when you heard about the video or the
What
post?
was I doing? I don't. Now that part, I don't even know what I was doing. I don't even know what I was doing. I don't think, I don't know if we did a show because we had just did a show recently, and my phone was just bing, 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 bing.
Oh,
Everybody
I
was just,
know it was.
bing, bing, bing. And then they were showing me the residual challenge. And I was like, wow, I was like, she sound amazing. I was like, that one thing hands down, she is my favorite singer. My sister she will always be my favorite singer. Like that thing there
The
can sing.
vocals is there. The
I
vocals be
say
vocaling.
she shy. She put I ain't getting it. We have to put that head to the side. She can sing. And we still trying to work through the family thing. We're still praying, and I'm waiting on God to tell me when to move and how to move. And I'm just in the waiting period. But I loved her residual, and she sounded really, really good.
She did. She sounded really good. And I'm hoping that things will be. Have you guys talked yet, or you just kind of waiting to see what's going to happen?
I'm waiting on the Lord.
So,
We're just
baby,
gonna stand and wait on God.
if you can't
Wait
go
on the
wrong
Lord.
when
Tell me what to do, Lord. I'm gonna do it.
you can't go wrong because God gonna guide you the right way each
Yes.
and
Yes.
every time.
Yes, ma'am.
It's always so good sitting down talking with you, Tamika, because you always are so real, so authentic, and we just can't get enough of you. Like, people love you. You do. I hope you know that people love you. And it's so easy, not that people should take sides in any situation, but it's easy because people side with you because they see the authentic, the genuineness. It shows in everything you do. Of course, there's going to be some people who don't like this side or had a different experience with you. I mean, me too. There's going to be some people like, girl, that is not who you think it is. Depending on what you did with me. So we gonna
Yeah.
leave that there.
Those only people I said no to. Everybody my friend
Usually.
till I tell them no one time. I can say I done lost friends. I can say yes a million times. I say no one time. I done lost 3 friends because I said no to something.
And it's so unfortunate because what it makes me realize, and this happened to me too, is that it wasn't a friendship, but my value to what you needed from me has run out. The one no, you didn't go back and look at all the other yeses, but that one no,
Yes.
because you didn't get your way and you didn't get what you wanted, caused you to walk away. And I'm like, I don't chase people back because I know
Right.
how I am with people. I'm gonna give you everything. So if you consciously made a decision to walk away, I'll let you. I ain't even mad.
Yeah.
I just let
And
you because
sometimes
it's a
it'd be
decision.
hard because you be thinking like, well, dang, maybe I should have just said yes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But at the moment, it just wasn't. At the time, I couldn't. You know what I mean? At the time, I just couldn't. But yeah, friendships. I thought were friendships. They really hurt. But you live and you learn, and God bring new people in your life that is even better and greater and more loyal than those people. So
Absolutely does that.
yes.
So let's talk about your businesses as we wrap, because I did not get my seasonings and I need to get me some. Forgot to tell you you came to so I need to get some seasonings. Let's talk about you had the cookbook, the seasons, like all of that, girl. You've been cooking all your life or
Girl,
what? Because honey, I
I
watch you.
love cooking. I love
Oh,
cooking. I just got back in town. Yesterday I just got back in town when I got back, I went to the store and I was like, let me cook. Girl, my husband loved turkey wings. If I made turkey wings every day, he's gonna turn into a turkey. So I braised some turkey wings with some green peppers and some onions, and I slow cooked it overnight. I made some string beans. I made rice. I made some homemade macaroni and cheese. I made some cornbread, and I made a banana cream pie. So, baby, when I tell you we ate, we ate ourselves sick lay. That food was so good. I love cooking. Cooking is my love language.
Wow. Oh, nice.
And
Nice.
during the pandemic, I had it's like 4 or 5 families that we quarantined together. And like Trina Braxton and her family,
That was a good idea.
the Kiteleys family. Yeah. It was like 5 families that came over, and I cooked. We grilled. We had fun. We did karaoke. Like, so I know a lot of people are like, well, how was the pandemic? And I, I not hate to say, but I had a good time because we quarantined. We weren't by ourselves. Yeah. We were here. We were creating. Then me and some of the ladies, we would go walking in the neighborhood. So that was my love language, being able to cook. I would send my husband to the store. Remember back then, you have to wear your gloves,
yes,
your face mask. And then he brought the groceries in. I made him put them in the garage. And then I sprayed the bags with Lysol, let it sit out there for a second.
Baby, Lysol was sky high and did not exist because everybody had bought it up.
Yeah. It's so funny because my husband, I always joke, every time he goes shopping, he would buy in bulk. And I'm like, baby, why are you buying all this tissue? We had so much tissue stocked up. He always buy in bulk. So much stuff stocked up. And I'm like, why? So when the pandemic hit, I was like, thank you, baby.
Right.
All that stuff I was talking about came in all handy,
that
girl.
stuff I was talking, my bad. My bad. My bad.
But I sent his butt to a store and then came and we made everything, you name it. We cooked it. I gained so much weight during COVID because all we did was eat. We didn't start walking towards the end once we all started gaining weight. But we were able to just watch movies, create, love on each other, and just cook. I cooked every day. I cooked. And that's how my cookbook was created during COVID. I started cooking and posting, and my fans was like, you cook that? You really cook that? They was like, well, how did you cook it? Girl, I'm DMing everybody recipes. And my husband's like, baby, just do a cookbook. Just do a book. Go do a cookbook. I was like, well, I didn't know about that because, sometimes when people used to you doing one thing, they expect that one thing. Oh, she's a singer, but I think I cook better than I sing. I cook with so much love, girl. Baby, I do. Listen, I love it.
I have to get over there and get me a plate because if you cook better than you sing, hey, if it tastes better than that, I'm gonna be full.
I do, and I be cooking with love, and it's crazy because every time when I'm in the kitchen, I'm like, God, please allow my family and my friends to feel the love through this food. And I be praying that prayer. I want them to feel the love through this food. Let it be perfectly seasoned. Let it be tender, falling off the bowl. Let the bread be so good. And I pray as I'm cooking and I'm in there and I'm seasoning and using my own seasonings. I got my own seasoning line, Tamika Scott Southern Fuse. You can go to southernfuse.com and get your favorite fuse. Yes. Because I'm putting the taste of the South in your mouth. Yes,
man. And I'm telling you, those are some of the best seasonings. I promise you they are, y'all.
Thank you. Thank you. So yeah, that's cooking is my love language.
I love it. Your love language is cooking, singing, being a friend, a wonderful partner, a wife, a mother. Like you've got it all down pat. You make it look easy. I know it's challenging, but you make it look easy.
Thank you.
You make it look easy.
It's all God. It's all Him. It's not me. It's all Him. It's not me. Did I mention my glam babies? Did I mention I got some beautiful glam babies? I can't do an interview and not mention my beautiful, gorgeous glam babies. Avea, Aria, and Kason. Those are my hearts. They are 3. 3. Yes, my daughter and her husband, they dated. And they started dating in middle school. Oh. And I remember she was like, I'm in love. I'm like, girl, child, by the time you get to high school, you gonna be with somebody else. They been together since middle school. And as soon as she graduated from high school, he asked to marry her. I was like, oh, no. She's going to college. She's going to get her degree. After that, we can talk about marriage. So she went to college. She got her degree in human resource. Nice. I promise you, girl, the ink ain't even dry on her diploma when he came and proposed.
It was like, okay, we got that part. We done with that part. So can we now get married?
They've been together since 8th grade, and they got married. They did it the right way. They got married. She graduated, got married, bought a beautiful home. Then they had my beautiful grandbaby. So I'm so proud of her. I said, girl, you broke the curse in the family. Because I think all of us was pregnant in high school. Right. She waited until she got married. She broke the curse.
But look what you did. But you set the standard for her to break the curse. And it's important because when you know that there needs to be a curse breaker in the family, you have to be the one to set the standard. Like, okay, maybe I didn't, but it's not going to happen with you. That's so right. I'm going to intervene in the ways that I can, be the examples that I can be, so that or take the right routes, because there's some blessings in taking the right route. And unfortunately, people just do not understand that. There is a route that blesses your heart, mind, and spirit, that when you do it, man, you can't beat it. You can't beat it. And I just think we've come to a point where we think we can do how we want to, when we want to, the way we want to, because we've had this level of freedom and God gives us choice. But you got to understand the choices that you make a difference in the way that your legacy plays out. That's true. Not just you, your legacy.
Your legacy. So true.
And you have set the standard. I absolutely love it. Tamika, I just want to say again, thank you. You are the reason, the person that you are is the reason why you're on the cover. And we couldn't have chosen a better person. And we are excited to be able to celebrate you on Tuesday, the 25th. Like, it is going to be amazing. So just in case you guys don't know, it will be the cover reveal of the very first double cover that Love and Lifestyle has ever done. And you are going to be surprised with Tamika on one cover, but then we have another surprise. And I can't wait to show you that other cover as well. It's going to be so dope. So Tamika, thank you so much. Let the people know where they can follow you. I know they already know. And all about your projects, including your food, your cookbook, your song, everything that you have going.
Where you can follow me, TamikaScott.com. You can get my cookbook, Cooking with Tamika Scott, on Amazon. You can get my seasonings from southernfuse.com. I got all these. Southernfuse.com. You can follow me on IG, The Real Tamika Scott. Facebook, Tamika Scott. YouTube, The Real Tamika Scott. YouTube, I get real personal. I love YouTube. I get a chance to show you like behind the scenes with my group. I get to the nitty gritty with the YouTube. Yeah. And just let me encourage you. Like, just don't give up. I know a lot of people, you're stuck in a situation that you don't want to be in. Follow your passion. Because if you follow your passion, what you was born to do, it doesn't turn into, they say if you do something you love, you will never have to work again. That's a lie. There's only 50% true. Because when you do something you love, it's enjoyable, but you still got to work to it. You got to still keep building, to keep creating. You can't stop there. You got to keep going, but it's fun to do. So I just want to encourage you to do something that you feel like, this is what I was created to do. Something that makes you happy, and if it don't make you happy, then walk away from it. Because life, I don't like to say life is short. I believe life is long. However, you want that long life to be a happy life. That's right. So, and don't just think about yourself. Think about you and your generations to come. God blessed me. Let me tell you guys, so awesome to purchase over 100 acres of land for my grandkids and my great grandkids. I'm leaving a legacy for my children. It's not just about me. It's about my family. And when I'm dead and gone, I want to make sure that my kids will have a good life. So do something not just for yourself, do something for others as well. And just love yourself. Love yourself, love God, love everybody, treat everybody the way you want to be treated, and you won't have no problems.
We love it. Thank you, Tamika. It's always so easy talking to you. And we cannot wait to celebrate you. And thank you so much for being, again, on the cover of Love and Lifestyle magazine. This has been Under the Cover with Tamika Scott. You guys come out on Tuesday, the 25th. It's going to be at Nouveau. It's going to be a party.
Yes, it
and
is. We're
we
gonna have
can't
a good time.
Yes,
Yes,
we
we
can't
are.
wait to celebrate you. You are more than worth celebrating, and it is my pleasure to be able to do so. You guys continue to watch and follow Love and Lifestyle Magazine. You also go to www.loveandlifestylemag.com. You'll be able to catch the covers after the 25th, and you also will be able to purchase the magazine starting the beginning of April. So thank you, Tamika. This has been everything. You guys keep it locked. It's been Under the Covers with Tamika Scott. It's your girl, T. Marie. Talk to you next time. Other people here who are not here with us, but of course, I want to say thank you all very much for coming and showing up for my labor of love, which is love and lifestyle